Welcome to Kohi Beans.
Welcome.
We're the best anime podcast that streams live on Twitch, and we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and we're going to talk about anime today.
We always talk about anime.
Yeah. I feel like my intros slowly devolve into like caveman as we go on.
Basics.
Yeah.
Hello,
Episode
we podcast anime.
Episode 1, I went so ham on the openings. I was like, oh, you can check us out here on our pages and
We can do that at the end of the
listing
podcast.
it out. And now I'm just like, welcome anime podcast.
All right, well, we're our roundtable anime podcast. And today, like we said, we're talking about rivals. But why don't we start with a little warm-up free talk?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Well, there's a lot we can talk about, actually. What about that game that you've been so angry about?
Genshin Impact? Is it Genshin or Genshin?
It should be Genshin, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
so Genshin Impact, which
it's anime based, but there's so many things that are wrong with it.
Well, it's anime, right? So that's why I'm saying it's okay to talk about.
It's not an anime.
But it has anime characteristics.
It's got that anime aesthetic.
It's got that anime gotcha girl and boys. Don't know how many there are.
But yeah, the game was pretty controversial last year.
Really?
Because
last
when
year?
when it showed up in as a like alpha or just a
Like
announcement in China, it was so blatantly obvious they copied Breath of the Wild that people broke their PS4s in front of the
wow
release. Yeah, because they were just so like
angry, like
angry that
it is
pretty bad.
Pretty much a copy. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of people be really excited for it, but mostly for the cute designs.
Yeah, I mean, I gave the game a chance. I played it for about 3 hours.
You did? I
Yeah.
didn't know.
I played it for about 3 hours, and while I think it does have some original parts to it, it's Breath of the Wild with... it's pretty clear it's not just inspiration from Breath of the Wild.
It's pretty much a copy based on what I've seen.
I mean, a copy like means it's trying to replace it, or it's trying to be exactly like it. But I would say it copied parts of Breath of the Wild, but it's not like a single player RPG.
No, but I think the fact that it's so obvious that the world design is almost the same is kind of insulting. Like, I don't know why they couldn't have just changed some aspects of it to be different. Then I would have been okay with it. You know, like instead of having the camp be exactly the same, you know, some mechanics are the same, whatever. Every game does that, but it's a little, not so tasteful.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ripoff.
Yeah. But the main appeal is their gacha system, right? And the different characters you can play as.
Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video about the game, and there was this hilarious comment where they were like, they copied Breath of the Wild, and one of the replies was like, but Breath of the Wild was also made by a Chinese company. And I was like, that's Japan, dude.
Oh no. Should we pull up a picture to show people that don't know about it?
Genshin Impact. Okay. Should we look up the video?
Anyone is fine.
Yeah, let's take a look at the comparison video, actually. I think it's just shockingly telling.
There's quite a few comparison videos.
Alright, so let me just open up the browser here. Alright, you should all be able to see this video right in the middle. Okay, so on the left is Breath of the Wild in all of its glory. And on the right is...
We might have a bit of a bias, but I feel
think
like it's
a
a very
totally
clear.
fair bias to have.
That's true. It did come out earlier, and you know.
Oh, okay. So the characters are running to like an enemy camp. Let's just see it. Let's just see it happen. Oh, let me mute the video, actually. All right. So stamina bar is a little different. I mean, they still use stamina when you run or when you do something specific. Look at how the mobs behave in their health bars. It's so similar. Look at that. And here's like the most damning part. Look, look, look. They're both climbing, and it's almost exactly the same. Then they beat on the same enemy, just like that.
So, are the attacks for every character that you get in the game the same?
No, they're different. There's like archers and stuff, but that's not the main problem. The main problem is that like the mechanics are clearly being stolen.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. You defeat all the enemies, and then it shows you like the treasure chest that unlocks. It's the same. You break. She look at that. She broke a barrel right there, and like fruit, an apple came out.
Mm-hmm. Or what? Oh, yeah, an apple.
I'm pretty sure she broke a barrel. Yeah, she.
She opened a chest.
Oh, she opened
but
a
you
chest.
can do that the same.
I'm pretty
in,
sure
Breath in the
came out
Wild.
there. Yeah, and also the grass.
The grass.
Yeah,
but
the grass
I mean,
looks the same.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of feel like I could give the grass a pass just because there's grass everywhere, and
sure.
you know. But the fact that all of that was the same was a little sad.
Yep, a little
right.
embarrassing.
Well, there's our opinion on that game, but it seems like people enjoy it, and you know, if you like it, you like it. I guess nothing wrong.
Except that.
Except
that it's a little manipulative, as a gacha game is.
Yeah, as gacha is. We will talk about that sometime.
It has worse RNG chances than FGO.
Confirmed?
It's 0.6%.
I mean,
for a 5-star.
Okay, I mean FGO is kind of close. It's
okay,
about 1% or like.
That's double.
What?
That 0.6 and 1 over 1%. It's
less
almost
than 1%.
Double.
It's not over 1%.
FGO's over 1%. Less than 1%.
It's like exactly
Here,
1%. And if you're looking for a specific one, it's even lower. Okay, so this is from 2017.
1% chance of getting a 5-star servant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's about the same, or I mean, it's a
It's
little.
still almost double because 0.6.
All right.
Is closer to 0.5 than 1.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Like drastically closer.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty bad.
That's so bad.
Like even other games have done stuff to guarantee that you get something. All right. Well, there's our review on that game. But let's talk about some other anime stuff, like last week's Pokemon episode.
What happened in that one?
There was the B rematch.
Oh yeah, the rematch.
Or Saito-san.
They tied.
I kind of knew it, you know. They have to up the ante for the future.
I was down. I was down for a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're just setting it up for a third fight where Ash overcomes.
In like the championship like finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. There was a cute moment when she ate a lot of sweets. Mm-hmm.
True. Not very like her character, I feel.
Gatmoe. But I guess it
God, I hate that phrase.
I kind of like it. But what do you call it? It gave her more of like a likable feeling at the end, you know?
Yeah, we needed that after seeing the Stone Cold Killer for two episodes.
2 battles where she just like destroys people and didn't say anything nice or like neutral. It was just like die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
All right. And there's also a lot of new anime this season, but we haven't started yet. So there's that.
We can talk about it next week.
We'll talk about next week.
To watch it.
Yeah, I started watching something, but I didn't finish in time. So next week we'll talk about it. And I also heard One Piece is not coming out this week. And maybe next week.
Why?
Oda got sick, supposedly.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so we'll see what's going on with him. Hopefully he gets better.
I mean, he's going on 50 years old.
Is he? Dang.
He's pretty old, man.
I mean, he can just retire when One Piece ends, right?
No.
No.
That man will never retire.
Who knows?
He's going to be like, let me make like 30 movies now that are unrelated to the end of One Piece.
Mm-hmm. I could believe it. We'll see in like 20 years.
You may have enjoyed One Piece. Here comes Two Piece.
20 years from now, let's see what happens. Mm-hmm.
20 years from now, we're going to get Two Piece?
Mm-hmm. After the movies.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we get to our main topic then?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, so
So
at the end of last episode, I had some beef, and I'm digging it back up.
mm-hmm.
Specifically, we're talking about Pokemon rivals. This whole anime rivals, we're gonna expand it out to video games for a hot minute.
We are.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the video games
Oh,
for
okay.
Pokemon.
Oh well. Okay, Pokemon's also an anime, so
It's
I count
also
that.
an anime, but I'm not talking about.
All right. Well, we're
rivals
covering rivals in
Sure.
general.
You know what? No. You know what? I will wrap this. I will change this to the
Oh,
anime
he's got
then.
beef.
Yeah, I'll change this to the anime because it still makes perfect sense.
Okay.
I think Pokemon rivals are better. I think the mean Pokemon rivals are better than the nice Pokemon rivals they've been pushing out for the last few gens.
Okay, maybe I should start this with picking this topic. And my question in general is, what makes a good rival? So you prefer the like antagonistic ones?
Yeah, they don't even have to be antagonistic. They just have to get under your skin a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They have to drive you forward, not with friendship, but with aggression. With aggression.
So antagonistic.
It's not antagonistic because they're not trying to like. It's not always just I want to, kill you or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to, I want to surpass you and feel better about myself.
So wait, what
That's
kind
not
of rival are you talking about then?
Like Paul from
Who's Paul?
from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, I don't know Diamond
Fake
and
fan.
Pearl.
Calling it out.
All right, well, tell me about Paul then.
Paul's a jerk.
Okay.
He's just like the guy who abandoned Charmander in the first gen.
Who is this Paul? Wait, is he in the game?
He's oh my god.
I'm so confused.
He's one of the anime characters. He's a rival of Ash
Okay, in the anime.
in Diamond and Pearl.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a good rival because he's really mean.
Okay.
He abandoned his Chimchar because it was too weak to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ash picked up
Oh, it's
Chimchar.
like the copy of Charmander. All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ash chose Chimchar. And they had battles throughout the region. Sometimes Ash won, sometimes Ash lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's memorable. Or he was a good rival because, like, when Ash lost against him, it was like devastating for Ash, and it was like bad.
Okay.
And it made Ash like do better.
Mm-hmm.
It made him learn new tactics and grow.
So the kind of rivals that you like are the ones that you kind of fight or have issues with out of spite?
It's not just out of spite, but they're not like overly nice to you. Or they're your rival before they're your friend. That's how I would put it. Your rival should be a rival before they're your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's take the opposite case. So Paul is a dick.
Yeah.
Abandons his Pokemon and is generally just not wanting, not even interested in being friends with Ash at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like just stonewalls him. And Ash is like trying to be his friend. Ash is like, "Oh, good job, Paul."
Mm-hmm.
And Paul's having none of it. And it's a great build up to their final fight. And like he pulls out the Chimchar, and he's proving that it's about hard work. It's not about like your natural talent, and yada yada yada. The opposite case is Hop. He doesn't have an anime yet. That's why I wanted to talk about the game. But
that's fine. Yeah.
In Sword and Shield, I don't like Hop as a rival.
Okay, that's fine.
It doesn't feel like you're supposed to. It doesn't feel like you're supposed to beat him. It feels like you're supposed to like support him in his darkest times. And here you are beating his ass. Every other gym, he's like, "Oh, I'm feeling kind of down. Like I lost against the gym leader, and I'm not feeling too great. Let's have a battle. I changed up my tactics and stuff." And then I just like stomp him, and then it doesn't feel good that he's down and I'm his friend and I just destroyed him. That doesn't make a good rival. It makes you feel terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Everyone felt bad about it.
Yeah.
But what about Hal in the Sun and Moon?
Hal's okay, but again,
like I heard that you can actually lose to him in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I mean, Hal's fine. He's
I don't
like
know a lot about
he's like
Hal.
one step before the Hop problem,
Mm-hmm.
where Hal is like actively trying to be a friend and is super nice, and you beat him, but it doesn't affect him as much as it does Hop, like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it doesn't make you feel like, oh, I want to beat this guy and
Okay.
I want to like level up my Pokemon and get
What
better.
about Gladio? I don't actually know.
Yeah,
Is he
Gladio's great.
is he like a antagonistic character in the game, or he's just
He's
like,
not an antagonist.
or is he just like there doing some other goal or
He's
something?
he's like in the very beginning, he's like an early secondary antagonist.
Okay.
But he's not exactly aligned as a bad guy. When you say antagonistic, it sounds like they're on the evil side.
Well, that's the thing is like there's
But
different
no.
kinds of rivals. So that's what I'm trying to get at is like
No.
you can have ones.
It's not a rival that's on the other side of like your team.
Uh-huh.
It's just somebody who is so at odds with you and your style that like you clash. It's like a clash of like personalities.
So you're talking about like Silver and N.
Who the hell are those people?
What in the games?
Silver?
Yeah. And
Oh, red hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Silver and N are the ones that are complete opposite your character's ideals and like opinions.
Well, no, I don't like N because he does try to kind of be your friend.
At the end.
He is also kind of nice.
At the end, but like you have to beat him to show him that like
But he's a nice guy.
Okay.
He's not mean.
I thought he was a good rival though.
He's an okay rival.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say the rivals I like are the ones that get character growth. You know, I'm not just there to beat them. I want a story with it. You know, so for Pokemon, I think a lot of people agreed based on like what I was looking up that Bianca and is it Sharon or Sharon?
Bianca and Sharon.
Bianca and Sharon, right? No, from New York, right? Yeah, that's New York one. Well, I think they are a good example of like character growth while being your rival, but they kind of do have slightly different goals in the story, so that's kind of a different kind of rival. And I'm not saying that ones that are mean to you are good or bad for rivals, as long as they have like a point, like a meaning in the story, right? And like you kind of see some character growth, which you don't see that with Gary or Blue or Green, whatever you call him by, for a while, right?
That's the great part. But I don't know. Is the rival can be, I feel like, an interesting character. Like you said, if they have character growth, that's great. But at the end of the day, it's like the protagonist character growth that matters.
That's true.
And if they can't get that out of you, or if they start to overshadow, then I don't think they're that great of a rival. Like you said, Bianca and Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca, not a great rival. Just two in the background, like not you fight her maybe like once or twice compared to Sharon. You do fight Sharon quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an okay rival. He's not overly friendly to you either.
Mm-hmm.
He does kind of like put first things first. We're rivals, which I like.
That's true. He said that right in the get-go of the game.
First things first. He's like, let's lay this out. I'm here to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They have a good like a good way of encouraging each other to challenge each other and get stronger. Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's hear what you think. Do you think Hop was a good rival in Pokemon?
I guess no, but I feel like that's more of an issue of their storytelling of Pokemon as it gets going, you know? Like, definitely Sword and Shield lacks protagonists, like, not awareness or eagerness, drive. Like, it's more like we are there to see everyone else's story unfold or happen versus, like, it's our story.
Well, I
mean... So that's why it's like, I feel like he's not a good rival per se, but we're just not, like, told anything about our own opinion, which makes it more boring, you know?
I mean, that's true for every Pokemon game. You never speak in any Pokemon game.
But I feel like the big bad happens at the very end of Sword and Shield versus, like, we know there's issues coming up in other regions, and we're kind of dealing with that on the side, you know? We keep running into them.
I'm confused. You're gonna have to elaborate on what that means.
Okay.
So you're saying that it needs to have some impact on the plot, or, like your protagonist needs to impact the plot more, or there needs to be like a bigger story in Sword
Yeah.
and Shield
Yeah, I
because
think
you don't
so.
feel like your own character's growth.
Yeah, it's kind of random. I feel like in general, okay, like my question of like what makes a good rival is a rival that is somehow challenging you while they're still connected to the story in like a good way. And they also grow while they're battling or like learning with you. Like to say for Silver, he starts off, he's like only the strongest Pokemon, but then you find out he has ties to the main enemy antagonist that you're battling in the whole game. But you're also still challenging each other to level up while, you're doing the gym challenge. Like he's totally part of the story with you, but he's complete opposite of you. That makes it interesting. But he is kind of an antagonistic guy.
I suppose. I mean,
I like someone a little more friendly,
For the second gen, I see that, but for the first gen, I think Gary and Blue, great rival, perfect rival. Gets under your skin right at the beginning. It's just like, smell you later.
Yeah, I love it.
And I was like, I just thought of this right now as we're talking about this, but the way you can tell, or a strong indicator that like a rival is supposed to challenge you is that they pick the type that's stronger than yours at the beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like, oh man, I'm at a disadvantage. I have to overcome. And the game mechanic itself becomes like indicative of like what a rival should be.
So do you think how they want the game to go kind of bothers the writing of like our rivals and the characters around us? Like in the newer ones, right? It's like made easier and it's kind of like, I don't know. But then again, at the same time, in Sword and Shield, doesn't Leon take the stronger one against us?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that was a pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool though. I like that.
Doesn't Hop take the weaker one?
I think so.
That's still not fair. Yes, because he notes, he says when you do a super effective move, he's like, oh wow, you've learned the typings already.
I think that's still not fair that like our character gets like no growth.
See, that's
it's so unfair that he's always in the shadow of Leon. It's too brutal.
That can be like
that's why I like his character in a way of like, damn, that sucks,
Going back to Black and White, Sharon picked the stronger one, and Bianca picked the weaker one.
Yeah,
good rival, not so great rival.
And later on throughout the series, though, like they grow. Like she realizes she doesn't want to do this anymore, and I think that's fine. She gives like character. It shows like they're learning and developing as they are like a human being, right? And in the next game, isn't she the professor or something?
She's like a school teacher in like the first area.
But I mean, like she still battles and like helps you and stuff, right?
She teaches you how to do something
in the first one.
But she basically says like, "Oh, I wasn't really cut out for being a trainer."
Right, but in the first one, like she helps you out occasionally.
Yeah, she does help you out. But see, that's a good character, but not a great rival.
Okay, well, what about Sharon?
He doesn't. You're not pushed to beat Bianca all the time, or there's nothing that like makes you grow stronger because of your relationship with Bianca. She grows stronger as a character. She realizes that she doesn't want to fight all this time and da da da. So she's a good character. I agree, but she's not a great rival. Sharon's a great rival. Just always like wanting to beat you. And
he's a little soon.
You just start to reciprocate. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass the next time. And what do you know? You get stronger, and then you beat him up again.
I guess, but like we get stronger regardless of the rival too.
That's true, but it's like the story that you're creating in your head about your protagonist, right? Like, oh, I have this goal to achieve. Like Hoenn is the Hoenn games.
The OG one or like the remake?
The OG ones.
Okay, the OG ones. Read about it.
In the OG ones, like the fights against the rival are actually a nightmare. Like they're actually one of the hardest ones in the entire series. probably the hardest in the entire Pokemon game. Actually, is
Really?
beating the
Oh.
second rival fight in Gen 3 of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, while they are nice to you, they do, I think, exhibit. They're like the middle point of what we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
They're both like nice and friendly,
Mm-hmm.
but also they have like, they have kind of a fire to beat you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like right before you fight them, they're like, "Oh yeah, are you ready? Let's get it on. Let's test how you've been doing. How'd you catch all those Pokemon?"
Yeah.
And that
That
feels
is pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, it feels good to like feel that fire, even though they're nice to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll do everything they can to help you. But when they roll up, you're ready to square up. You know, you start like, "Ooh, let's go."
It kind of gives me not a vibe, but from their opinion, they see you as like the region's top professor's child. Must be super good at Pokemon stuff already, you know?
The region's top professor's child. Well, that's themselves.
No, because the protagonist.
The protagonist parent is Norman.
Oh shit, you're right. Fuck, I got it wrong.
No.
Oh,
The
well, okay.
rival is the professor's
Professor's
child.
child.
And Professor Birch is not a great professor.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, he's the main one.
He's like a bumbling idiot, actually.
Whatever. We don't know the other ones in the region. You only get one per region, right?
Yeah.
So we just assume, let's say they're pretty good. But then you're also like Norman's kid. You know?
Yeah, Norman's kid. They could see it like that.
They could see it as like, you must have some kind of like, you know, latent skill. I really gotta, you know, get good to be able to challenge you properly.
Mm-hmm.
And then challenge Norman.
They beat Norman
That's
before
true.
your third fight with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then you
Then
beat
you
your
show up.
dad.
They show up on a bridge and they're like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, what'd you do?" "I stopped a terrorist plot at the weather
What an
building over
institute.
there, and they gave me a cast form." "What'd you do?" "I beat your dad's ass and I came over here, and I got a third evolution.
Oh, damn.
Let's rumble," you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So
What about Gary in the first one?
I love him.
He's just.
He's a butt, but he's
Does
the
he help you throughout anything in the story?
no.
He's kind of only there for
In
the gym
Let's Go.
challenge. And
In
let's
Let-
go.
See, in Let's Go, they soften him up. They make him.
He's older there. He's
you know.
learned. He's grown.
He's a
whatever.
little older.
A little older. Yeah, whatever.
He still dresses like a wiggle.
Doesn't he still say "smell you later"?
No. Maybe he does.
I think he did one time. All right. Well, okay. What about Gary in the first one? He's just like a mean guy, right?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like your childhood friend.
See, he's not evil, but his negativity or his like attitude towards you is so like
strong.
ooh, yeah.
But
it's
like,
so like I want to
kind of
destroy
like
you.
what makes me always wonder, like, why? Jeez, you know.
Because he wants to get stronger. Because you're his
like self-ordained rival.
yeah.
Just because
you're
Professor
his
Oak
measurement.
likes-
he measures himself from you.
Damn, his self-worth. That's kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it is sad. It seems like Professor Oak doesn't care about him, but
Professor Oak cares about him.
he forgot about him in the beginning of the story or the game. I'm not sure. Maybe he does.
Oh, you mean his name?
Yeah, I guess.
That's it.
But even at the I don't know. A lot of people say maybe like there's reasons for it, you know. But in the end,
Dementia.
he becomes. Oh, I forgot this. Let me give you Pikachu. I guess. Well, I take fault to the writing of new Pokemon games more.
They're just trying to appeal to kids more, and having that kind of negative or having that like opposition, not even like as a they're like an enemy, but that they're just opposing you in some way is like I guess it's bad for smaller kids, and as Pokemon tries to get towards like smaller and smaller kids or tries to market towards smaller and smaller kids, it's harder to make the that kind of character not seem evil, but like not confuse kids into believing like, are they my friend or are they my enemy? Because they don't like, I feel like kids wouldn't be able to like comprehend that there's like a good person that also pushes you.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hard concept for like little kids.
I mean, it depends on how little, you know. When do you start playing? Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, like
I
8.
guess it's fine in the beginning that like, cause like Gary was like always bad, but that's when you feel good beating the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Or is that more of like the main antagonist of the story issue? So like they made Chairman Rose super bad at the very end, and like we beat his ass and stuff like that. But then your rival, your friendly childhood friend rival, is still like a good guy. That's like what they're going for, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously tried to make you like feel like Hop is your friend, right? Always
Yeah,
there, always like
supporting you, got your
supporting you.
back. He's your
You
mate.
yeah, when you lose, he doesn't even take your loss as like
A loss.
yeah,
He
he
doesn't
doesn't even
believe
let
it.
you lose. He's like, "Oh no, I think you can beat me. Just have at me again."
That kind of sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Sword and Shield did have a poor plot,
Mhm.
but actually, I think the first part of the game felt a lot like the first gen, where there's no world to be saved.
Mhm.
There's just a desire to progress and get stronger.
That's true.
Yeah, nothing really pushes you in the first gen to go do stuff. Neither, not really in the second gen either. The second gen doesn't really tell you to go save the world.
Are we? Well, we're not really saving the world in the first or second
But
one,
then
are
the
we?
third gen you are.
Yeah, the third gen.
And then the fourth
Oh
gen,
shit.
third gen, and the fourth gen, and the fifth
they
gen,
get
the
they
sixth
get
gen,
tough.
may arguably not the seventh gen. Arguably, you're not
Mhm.
saving the world in the seventh gen.
Okay.
You are
In the
stopping.
eighth, though.
You are stopping a dimension from spitting out monsters capable of like sheer destruction, but only in Hawaii. You're saving Hawaii.
Well, I mean, they're gonna go to other places. Maybe. Nah, they just want to chill in Hawaii.
Yeah. Why
All
would they
right.
leave?
Arguably, seven's debatable.
7 debatably saving the world.
Mhm.
8 definitely saving the world.
world. It's pretty bad, yeah. Okay. But in the first gen or two, you have, I mean, Team Rocket is a lot stronger, you know? Right?
In terms of what? Like
Like in
their
this,
presence?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
kind of.
they're like the major like, "Oh crap, there's a
There's a
crime
crime,
organization out
yeah.
there." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't even have like the plot with like Mewtwo or whatever. They didn't even
Okay.
have that. Like that was
Mhm.
made up
The
for
movie?
the movie.
Oh.
So in the first game, you're not saving the world from Mewtwo's destruction.
Mm-hmm.
You're just stopping people that want to take over the world economically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the beginning of Sword and Shield felt like that. Maybe we're too used to we gotta save the world from some big bad guy, and we couldn't figure out who it was for quite a while.
Yeah, I think
The build up was a little slow, but at the same time, it kind of gave a different vibe of like we meet two characters. The two characters we meet most are the ones that like don't know what they want to do in life. Like Hop's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat my brother, but he seems so like wishy-washy about it. Sonia definitely is like, yeah, I'll help out my gram, but I don't know. I'm just kind of doing stuff.
yeah,
It's a very different kind of
the
plot.
pacing's a little off. You
Yeah.
are foreshadowed really early that something's going to happen when you find the ruins before
Everyone else.
when you meet Sonia or
Mhm.
when Sonia goes with you to the town with the first gym.
Yeah.
I don't remember that guy's name. What's his name?
Milo?
Milo.
Mhm.
Yeah, right before Milo, there's like the ruins, and she tells you about the history of
A little
Galar
bit, yeah.
and how it prophesied like some giant storm or something
Mhm.
destroyed the world. Then you start to get like an inkling of like, yeah, this will
We
happen.
also met the legendary, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
at
true.
home.
Yeah, that's true. You do meet the dogs
outside
right
in
at
my
the beginning.
backyard.
Ghost, the hounds.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that part was kind of
It
like
is very end loaded though, or it's very pushed to the very end of the game.
Mhm. I thought it was interesting that in this one there's so many times when like Leon shows up and he's like, "Let me handle this. You guys just go do your thing."
Oh yeah, let
But
the
like,
adults do it.
yeah, but yet like in Hoenn, you know, Steven Stone.
Steve Stone.
Sorry. He just like he's like, "Hey, you battling crime out here, kid? Yeah, I'll give you a hand." You know, it's
Yeah.
very different feel about how like, yeah, like let the adults handle this, and Sonia's like, "Yeah, let me do it," and you just kind of have to like ignore it or be like,
Yeah, there's a part where you know something's going wrong and they don't let you do anything about it. And they're just like, go get your next gym badge.
yeah.
And it's like, oh no,
I
I
mean, there's
think
a
I want to
lot
go
of
deal with this.
foreshadowing, I guess, but too much bad pacing. Yeah, I don't know.
Just geared towards children.
But I thought Leon was
That's
a
all.
good final championship battle guy.
Yeah.
I was glad that he's not as weak as like he could have been.
If he was your rival, that'd be great. If you were Leon's rival, if you played as Sonya.
Sonya.
Yeah.
Okay, but she dropped out because she didn't want to do it anymore.
See, Leon would make a real strong or a really I feel charismatic rival, just like this guy that just can't be beat.
Mm-hmm.
Except that you can beat him. And you're like, but what if?
What if?
Yeah.
What if you couldn't beat him until the very end?
Yeah, he's nice enough to you. Actually, I don't know. I feel like he's not even that nice to you in the game Sword and Shield.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
just because like you're his younger brother's friend, kind of.
Well,
Nice.
I mean, technically, you're their childhood. You're Leon's like friend as well. Like you know him.
No, but
in
you
some
don't.
Form.
You
don't?
barely know him. Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's like you moved into the area like, a year or two ago or whatever. You didn't like fully grow up there, maybe.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Hop was like, "Oh, we've been childhood friends."
Yeah, but I mean they're already kids, Well, how long is that supposed to be? Because he's like, or maybe that just means Leon's gone
Well, they're
all
definitely
the
not
time.
10. They're at least like what? I'd say they're shooting like 14 in Sword and Shield.
I guess, but they're like. I was pretty sure it was like your first time really meeting Leon because he's like, "Oh hey, you're my blah, blah, childhood friend.
Oh,
nice
maybe.
to meet you." So I don't think you've met Leon. Maybe that's supposed to show that he's
Okay, well,
not
I wish he was
home anymore.
I wish he was the rival.
I mean, it would be cool, but maybe let's segue into our picture of today.
Oh, the godliest rival ever.
Yeah, he's pretty charismatic, right? Seto Kaiba.
Yeah, let's change from.
We're gonna jump ship to a different series.
Sick transition. Let's just talk about something else now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Seto Kaiba. It's because you mentioned Leon that made me think of him.
How?
Because he's a charismatic rival.
Oh, is he?
He is. I think he definitely is. Mainly because he's so sure of himself. Yeah. He's so confident in himself.
Yeah.
Leon's never lost.
Yeah.
He's got like that confidence. He's a very charismatic guy in his own way. Kaiba's a lot meaner though.
Mean, but
isn't he?
Yeah, mean but not evil.
Well, he's evil in the first one.
That's a good like pin to the rival that I like. Mean but not evil.
Is he not evil?
No, he's not evil. He cares about his brother.
That's all he cares about, though.
Well, that's okay.
I guess. And his company. But that's so that
I feel like he barely cares about his company.
Well, I mean, his company does really well, but I guess he needs money to do stuff, right? And live. So. All right.
No,
so
he doesn't.
What?
He inherited all that money after winning a chess game.
Well, he's going to make more money. I mean, he bought a car. Wait, was that a filler arc? He bought a car for like, and then paid extra and was like, keep the change, right? For like 5 million or something. All right, but let's talk about Seto Kaiba. And is he a good rival or
Hell
not?
Yeah, he's a good rival.
All right, tell me why.
Because he gets under Yugi's skin, and as we're supposed to see our protagonist. If you compare their upbringing and like who they have around them, it's pretty clear that he's a good foil. Mm-hmm. Because Yugi has his friends. Mm-hmm. Yugi has like these people that he trusts, and they trust him. And hell, they're not the strongest, they're not the richest, but they have Yugi has a group, and Kaiba really only has his little brother.
Barely.
And it's more like Kaiba's like on his own, like his own strength. Mm-hmm. It's the classic Naruto Sasuke. Yeah. You've got the loner who like only believes in himself, and you've got the person that believes in his friends. Mm-hmm. So he's a good foil. I mean, it's just a bonus that Kaiba's kind of mean.
A bonus? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could be a nice guy
Well,
if you
can
really
you-
want him to be that
Can you
way.
have a good rival that's not like wait, what'd you say? Not mean? Yeah, you can.
I don't think you. I mean,
I think it depends
you
on the
can.
context of what you're being a rival about, I guess.
You can be a rival that's nice at times, just like what we said about the Hoenn rivals.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to wanting the same thing, you should both be
Like
wanting.
firm about it. Like,
You should both be wanting the same thing
Uh-huh.
and not backing down.
right. So for Kaiba, it's being number one
Being
duelist.
number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
And Yugi being number one.
Yugi doesn't really care about being number one. He cares about winning the tournament in the first arc.
And why is that?
His grandpa stuck in the card.
Yeah, so we got so he wants to be number one still. Okay. Well, what else makes Kaiba a cool guy?
I think he
Well,
pushes.
do you think it's good that you said that? Sorry, you said he's by himself all the time, and he's kind of mean. So, are we supposed to to hate him?
Hell no.
Then why not?
We're not supposed to hate him.
We're not supposed to hate him, but he's so different than Yugi and like the crew.
Yeah. It's
We're supposed to respect him.
it's like a clash of like lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
I think Kaiba understands that the thing that we maybe latch onto, or like
Mhm.
the thing that matters, is like what that he wants to be number one.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think we're supposed to hate him for being strong. We're supposed to respect him for being strong.
Yeah.
You're supposed to respect him for being able to pull out a freaking Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon
Every time.
every time.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's got 3 of them. Mm-hmm. I guess what makes him kind of cool is that he's not like always directly. He's not antagonistic, like you said, but he just performs as well as he says he performs.
Yeah, he's true to it.
Yeah, like it always works out relatively, except for the protagonist trope or foil. Protagonist never loses, except for like one time. That's true. Kaiba
Yeah.
hasn't lost, but he does a lot of weird stuff, like jetpacking, helicoptering. It's just
I mean,
extra to his personality.
That's just personality
He's
at
just-
that point.
he's
That's
just
not
like
like what
that.
makes him a good rival
Well,
for
yeah.
Yugi specifically.
Mhm. Even like at the end of the series too.
Which part of the end of the series?
I don't know, like he's
Which ending?
like in the movie and stuff like that. I didn't watch the movie.
Which movie?
Oh, there's more. There's the newest one, the one you guys saw in theaters.
Yeah,
Like
what about
perfectly
it? They
clocked
have a
hit.
battle there too.
Okay, so he's just
He
like,
literally goes back in time to have that battle.
damn, he really,
He really wanted that damn battle.
he really wanted that rival shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, Kaiba's a good character. Like, I don't know, he's cool. He's not lame somehow.
I think
The
his,
other characters would definitely be.
I think his very being just pushes Yugi to be a better duelist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If Kaiba has the best cards, which he does have the best cards,
Mm-hmm.
then Yugi has to beat him by,
Heart of the
believing.
cards.
Yeah. Having
Mhm.
heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it does make him a good rival,
Uh-huh.
I think. And I think it's better that he's mean
Mm-hmm.
as a rival.
With the clash of ideals, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a bigger clash. Can you imagine like Yu-Gi-Oh except Kaiba when he loses, he's like, "Oh, I can't believe I lost." And then Yugi's like, "It's okay, Kaiba. I'm here." Or something.
Wait, doesn't he kind of do that sometimes?
Yeah, but then Kaiba's like pissed. Like, Kaiba's
That's
like,
true.
"Ah, don't do that."
Yeah. I don't need your pity or whatever.
Yeah.
Screw the rules. I have money. Except that's just from an abridged, but
Yeah.
I think it captures him very well, and that's what makes him so popular among many people.
I definitely think it's part of the recipe, the Kaiba recipe.
The Kaiba recipe.
Yeah.
Make
to,
your very own Kaiba.
Make him kind of
Give him a little brother.
give him a little rude, give him something to want,
Mhm.
and then just let the magic
A little
happen.
Powerpuff Girl recipe. A pinch of rude, a little
I
bit
mean,
of,
we can compare how Kaiba acts as a rival to how
Mhm.
Joey Wheeler acts as a rival.
Oh, that's true. What
Joey
about
Wheeler is Yugi's rival, but
That's
he's
true.
more his friend than he is his rival.
Mm.
And that's the line. That's the line that I
But
don't like
what about
rivals crossing.
okay? But aren't there like battles still really good?
They do have good battles, and I think
They have some pretty tough ones because they have different
actually,
goals past their current like goal, right?
yeah, I
Like I
mean,
need to win this, but why do they need to win it?
they do push each other more,
Mhm.
and they do, uh, they do have the same goals and help each other. They rise to each other's challenge, just like I
Right.
said, but there's definitely not as much like of a feeling of like overcoming a challenge or like a victory
Mhm.
in beating Joey Wheeler versus beating Seto Kaiba.
Well, I guess
It
it feels like Kaiba just hasn't made for him almost.
because
Best card, he's got the money, and then Joey's like the even more of an underdog character.
the tension with the Joey Wheeler fight wasn't that Joey Wheeler is hard to beat or that Yugi would like struggle. It's like his internal struggle of beating his friend who's going in to save his blind sister for the Serenity. Yeah, it's like, am I gonna stop my my friend from helping his blind sister by defeating him,
Right.
or yeah,
Am I just gonna
am I just
be
gonna stomp this guy right now? Because Yugi definitely had that question in his mind during the fight. I remember him
Right.
thinking about
It's
it.
like, do I want to like respect my friend and go like as hardcore as I can or not?
Exactly.
That is a hard
Do
question.
I pull my punch basically? And that doesn't make him as great of a rival as Seto Kaiba, because when you get to the Kaiba fight, what's the motivation? I need to beat this guy's
He's
ass.
so obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to destroy this guy,
Mm-hmm.
or else I'm gonna lose. Like, because he's super good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. He's a good character in the anime. All right. Well, are there any other rivals you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think going on this chain of like rude people helping you
I
grow.
really like this rude thing. All right.
I mean, look at
I
Boku
know,
no
I
Hero.
know. Mhm.
Look at Boku no Hero. Who's the better rival for Izuku? Is it Bakugo or is it Todoroki?
Todoroki, I guess he's a rival.
He is his rival, kind of.
He's like kind of the Hoenn rival of like has an edge because like whatever other ties or traits, I guess.
Please, Todoroki's soft as pudding.
Yeah.
He's got no edge.
Aw,
I don't understand why.
he's a dork.
I don't understand at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like they tried to give him like, they tried to shape him in some way with like his family background affecting like his personality.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it.
Really? I
Because
can see it.
there are times when he acts like completely normal, or just there's like long stretches of time where he just is generally the most normal person in the room.
I mean, that's kind of typical, right? It's not like anyone's trauma is always there and shown, right? Except for, it's on his face.
Maybe
but...
it's more accurate.
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn.
Well, let's say with Zuko.
Damn. Maybe it's more
not that we know why he has that, but yeah.
We could talk about Zuko too if
we
you
can
want to talk about
Zuko.
rude rivals.
That's true. Zuko, I think, is a very good rival, but he's also not the main antagonist.
Wait. Let's go back to Boku no Hero. Let's finish Boku no Hero first.
So is Bakugo the rival?
Hell yeah, Bakugo's the better rival.
What about the main bad guy, Shigaraki?
Well,
is he not a rival technically?
No.
He's just an antagonist.
The bad guy is just the person that, the end goal, that you have to defeat this person. But the rival is the one who you both like, you grow with. You don't grow fighting the antagonist multiple times. Right?
Well, he kind of did.
Did he fight Shigaraki multiple times?
At least.
I mean, he encountered him, but like they didn't cross fists.
Kind of, did they?
No.
I review that.
I don't think so.
I guess so.
Except at the mall.
But they knew they were gonna have to fight.
Yeah. But
he's not a rival.
Antagonists don't help you overcome the challenge. Like, they are the challenge to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel, and they said it themselves when they had their fight against each other, right? Oh, I'm always like struggling to catch up to you, and he's like, oh, I'm trying to make sure you don't catch up to me, and that's like gold rival
Okay.
right there. And what All Might said it himself, he's like, you two are gonna push each other like to new heights. That's a good rival right there.
Yeah.
Like, and then when you look at Deku versus Todoroki, the problem, the thing in that fight wasn't that tension of I want to beat you. I think Deku kind of threw the match because he's waiting for Todoroki to like
to do something,
express himself, use the fire, right? Use his fire side instead of like reject it. So he's helping Todoroki, but Todoroki's not helping him grow. It's a pulled punch because Todoroki's like, in that fight, he was his friend more than his rival, I feel.
I guess. No, I would say Deku I mean, he should have lost, right? He doesn't have that skill yet at that point. And I was just kind of giving us more backstory to it versus like, I think he would have lost either way, per se.
Okay, well, win or lose, like Todoroki's not like
the tension was more about like proving an intention, I guess.
Exactly.
Like I want you to go all out, but and then then you probably will beat me, but like I want you to do that.
Yeah, the growth is in Todoroki. It's not in Deku.
I see. Well, but like rivals are supposed to help each other grow per se, right?
In fact, wasn't All Might kind of pissed at him at the end? He was like, you didn't do like all that you could because you're trying to help him out. What the fuck?
I don't think he knew that. No,
I thought so. Or maybe it was Aizawa. Somebody was watching and was like, "Oh, you're not doing what you can."
That wouldn't it be Todoroki's dad yelling at him?
Yeah,
because he wanted him to do that, right? Yeah.
NPH Hikari, what's up?
Yeah.
We're talking about anime rivals right now. And
we're on Hero Academia right now.
Yeah, the main thing we've been talking about is like whether
is a good rival someone that's kind of mean. That's kind of what you're going for.
Yeah, like I think having a rival in like an anime rival that's kind of mean to you is a stronger rival than a rival that's like friendly to you or is more like your friend than somebody you have to beat. Yeah, like for example, what did we just say? Bakugo and
versus Todoroki.
Bakugo
would be a better rival.
Bakugo is the better rival, and like I think
100%.
Bakugo 100%.
Yeah,
because with Deku and Todoroki, they're more friends than they are enemies. Like they kind, like yes,
there's a power struggle, but it's not about like, are you a rival or not?
I mean, it's just like, sometimes they're like, okay, the fight between Deku and Todoroki is forced. They were in a tournament.
Right.
They had to fight each other.
The Bakugo and Deku always...
the Bakugo Deku fight was like, let's go. I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, like it's more
they were like showing that they've grown and they can do more to each other, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, even in the middle of that fight, they grew because Deku started to compensate for Bakugo's fighting moves. Remember, he like adjusted in the middle.
Yeah, it's showing the growth where they've gone so far. Oh, you didn't read the newest chapter, have you?
No, I didn't read the new. I stopped reading. I'm pretty much given up.
There is some really good development for Bakugo in the last few chapters, actually. But let's not talk about that. We'll talk about it next week or later then. All right. Well, I was thinking of in sports anime. I know you haven't seen a lot, but a rival is like the main thing of a sport anime, right? Like,
yeah,
there's no other antagonist than the rival, except on your own team.
Yeah.
Right. Like in Haikyuu, which I haven't finished the new episode, but the main rivals would be the main two characters per se. But in that sense, it's like not so much antagonistic, right? Yeah. It really depends on what kind of rival you're going for, I guess.
Well, I mean, I can see the like separating like into different kinds of rivals,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I feel like you can make a rival character and they're either going to be good or bad. It's not like, oh, we're going to make like a friendly rival. We're going to make like a really like a rival with a really sad story.
Mm-hmm. Does in a lot of stories, the rival is someone who already has like a one up against you, huh?
Yeah, they usually
They
have the
usually
early
do.
advantage.
Like they almost always do.
Yeah, because you have to set it up that like you have to beat this person or not that you have to beat this person, but you want to improve because you
Then
now
you can
have this
show,
measurement.
yeah,
Yeah,
show that you can
you
beat
can
them if
measure
you
your
got better.
growth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so.
I know you haven't watched ping pong, but
Mm-hmm.
ping pong is literally all about this idea.
Okay.
100% the idea of what a rival is. Because spoilers. At the should I spoil? Yeah, at
Spoilers for ping pong.
at the end of Ping Pong the animation, like the big bad, is the guy that wants to be the best in the tournament for ping pong.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat him in the semis.
Uh-huh. Damn.
Yeah, they beat him in the like right before the finals. And one of the characters was like, "Then what am I playing? Why am I playing ping pong? Like I just beat the best guy here."
Yeah.
And now I have to play my best friend who I've played for years
Uh-huh.
at the end. And they're both playing. And the other guy also was like, why am I playing ping pong? I mean, I'm naturally good at it, but I don't have a desire to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start playing their last match. And they both like start to realize like, why are they playing ping pong? And they look across the table and they're like, oh, it's fun to try to beat the other guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's fun to play my friend and try to like
to beat them.
Beat him.
Yeah.
And then they play their match and actually I don't think you get to find out who wins.
Who wins. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But they do challenge this question like pretty much at the core of sports anime, like is it about being the best? Is it about this big bad, like this guy was mean and he punched my sister and I have to go beat him in the tournament to shame him forever?
Mm-hmm.
No, like they face each other at the finals, like they're rivals, and they realize it's fun.
Yeah. Now, sports anime, I think, in sports series in general, at the core, is about having fun and growing at your, developing your skills and getting better at it. So with all of the sport ones like Haikyuu, like there's tons of rivals, but in the end, it's all about, well, in a good one, it's all about getting better, with each other. Yeah, Kuroko Basket didn't really do that in a good way, because that one's more like super powered antagonists. But I digress.
Really, they just had a super OP team that they had to beat.
Yeah, it was like, hey, my friends are super OP, and I want to beat them and show them the power of our friendship is strong, And so it was just like, let me beat these 5 guys, and once we beat them, we're good. And, like, they'll be fine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the best kind of rivalship, because it was already, like, they're way too OP, and you have to depend on someone else OP for it. But, like, I think in Haikyuu, it's a very good show. They keep reminding each other, like, hey, it's a sport. We're having fun. Versus Basket, and it was, like, basically life or death trauma. Like, if I don't beat my friends, they're forever gonna go down this path of darkness. Yeah,
that's not the take I got from the few like bits of Haikyuu that I sampled, like that episode we watched together and like
the first episode.
No, we didn't watch the first episode.
We did.
We watched the first episode and we watched a random episode, like later on, like in season 3 or 4. And they had to. It was like a sparring. They were like sparring, and then that guy with the black hair was being a bitch, and then Hinata was like, "Hey, the king" or whatever, and slapped his back.
You mean like the second episode?
I don't know.
No.
No. It was definitely not the second episode. It was like
Kage. What about? Oh, like
or the prince, right? The prince of
No,
the
he's
court
the
or
king.
whatever. Yeah, the king.
Right.
Yeah, he was having problems with the guy with the goggles on the team.
Oh, that's the thing that always happens for them. Like that's their like
That's their shtick.
yeah. Well, there's always arcs that happen where you have to do the communication of the team, right? When someone grows a certain point, everyone else has to adjust or catch up to it. And that's what they were talking about. But that's also part of like him being their rival. Like he's already one of the top players in like their region, and they have to get better and adjust with him and stuff like that.
Actually, the way that episode like played out, I felt like they were taking it way too seriously.
I mean, yeah, there's gonna be serious moments, but there's moments in the manga. I don't know how well they adapt it to the anime, but like really intense moments, and the main character thinks for a second that like, man, this is just so fun. Like I'm having fun playing the sport. I want to keep playing stronger people and having more fun, and that's like how it ends. But I don't know. I feel like they solidify it more that it's sport versus in other ones it really feels like life and death.
Yeah, or like, do I save my blind sister? Serenity, or do I help my
friend
grandfather who's stuck in a card?
Why is he always stuck in a card?
Well, I don't know, because
Jack in the Box Strifer. What are you ordering?
You're really gonna read that message?
Sorry, it popped up. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about? Jack in the Box.
Who's Jack in the Box's rival? It's Wendy's.
That's what I was gonna say. Why isn't it Burger King
or McDonald's? McDonald's is like the big bad.
No, I feel like it's McDonald's versus Burger King. But I recently found out that like no one likes Burger King.
Dude, Burger King sucks.
I don't know, but just from like the advertisements and the names, it feels like it's Burger King versus McDonald's all the time. Wait, what was that one in Japan that like one of them moved out and the other one put a sign that was like "We won"?
I don't know.
You don't remember? Maybe it was First Kitchen versus like Wendy's. Yeah.
First Kitchen is Wendy's.
That's what. Sorry, it was McDonald's and I think it was Burger King on the same block. And after many years, one of them finally moved away.
Let's apply what we've been talking about anime rivals to our fast food theory. I think it can't be McDonald's for Jack in the Box's rival can't be McDonald's because it's like McDonald's is the champ. And the idea that I had is that rivals grow to face the challenge, or they help each other grow to face the final like challenge,
which is McDonald's.
So
doesn't always have to have one, but okay.
McDonald's is like the big bad, and Jack in the Box needs like
is our protagonist.
It needs friction against like a different fast food restaurant so that they step up, and then eventually they step up so much that they beat McDonald's.
So their competition is Taco Bell and Wendy's.
Taco Bell isn't even in the same place. They don't make burgers. They don't make fries.
Well, it's fast food.
No, it's in a different category.
Okay, sorry, Taco Bell, you're out. That's like their distant, like when they lose, they have to get better again. That's when they fight Taco Bell.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, I think Wendy's. I can't think of anyone else as a good chain.
Well, let's see. Wendy's is kind of mean on Twitter.
Oh, didn't they have that weird like Tumblr account?
Twitter.
Also Tumblr. It was really weird. It was like, "Are you okay, Wendy's?" But okay.
But yeah, Wendy's is kind of mean, a bit of a savage. They always say that they're the best.
They do.
Yeah.
Right.
And although they do try they try to pick fights with McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't really give them any respect, and they don't have to. So obviously, they're perfect for being each other's rivals. Jack in the Box being our protagonist.
So are you trying to say that Jack in the Box will one day get better and beat McDonald's?
Hell no.
All right.
If this were an anime, Maybe.
If it were an anime. Mm-hmm.
But
Or maybe not. It could be one of those weird ones.
yeah, they wish
That they could beat
they
McDonald's.
wish that they could beat McDonald's, but that's just not happening.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess in the end, a good rival is a little mean to you, to challenge you and rile you up, and you just gotta want to feel like you want to beat their ass.
Hell yeah.
Feels kind
Or-
of like spite, but all right.
You at least gotta want to beat them. Because
Okay,
then
you
you'll
just wanna beat them.
yeah, you at least want to defeat them in some
As
form.
like a measurement of how well you are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
not just you want to beat their ass, but like, you know, there's a reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not the character themselves thinking that way, like
Mhm.
even if it's us measuring them because they lost the first time and then they won the second time,
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes a good rival.
Mm-hmm.
B from Pokemon that we just watched,
Mm-hmm.
she's a great rival.
That's true.
She is kind of blunt, you know.
She's kind of cold. I don't
She's
know
cold,
about-
yeah, but
I
it's
guess
good.
rival.
That's good because
Mhm.
she clearly wants to beat Ash,
Yeah.
and Ash clearly wants to beat her.
Mm-hmm.
So they grow, you know.
Mhm.
He went to training. He probably had to put her face on a punching bag.
Damn it.
Was like, Riolu, beat the crap out of her.
So like Gladio is a better rival than Hall.
I think it's Gladion with an N.
Oh, is it?
Maybe.
Might depend on English and Japanese.
That might. Yeah, he's a better rival.
Hmm.
And in the anime, he is Ash's rival. Hao doesn't
really?
even show up, remember? Hao's just like some
I didn't watch all
towny
of
guy.
it. That sucks.
Yeah, because he's
don't
not
even,
he's
don't
not
even
a
get
strong
representation in your own series.
he's not a very strong character
Malasadas.
to have like opposition with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. I wish he was bigger.
He's
but...
just nice. He'd be good to have as a friend.
Mm.
But it's not like I want to beat him every time I see him. Gladion, I want to beat the crap out of him every
Yeah,
time.
Really?
I'm like, bring
He's
that.
not mean to you, is he?
He's blunt. I mean,
Oh, okay.
he doesn't openly try to be your friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't even get me started on X and Y.
I don't
That's just a
remember who's an
dumpster
X-Men.
fire. It's just like 4 friends,
Oh, no,
4
no one
childhood
talks
friends.
about
Yeah,
that one.
exactly.
Okay. But yeah, like, I think Hoenn is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Along with the first few.
It's like the middle. It's like the middle road.
Hmm.
I mean, partly the reason they feel like a good rival is because they're just so damn hard to beat.
So maybe the battles really play a lot into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
They drive the
in
tension.
Pokemon, half of it is really just is their battle good, or is it like their story is good, you know? If you have both, that's perfect, but if you don't, it's like your battle better be good. That's why Leon was really good, because he was actually strong. I was like, man, I'm like steamrolling everyone else. Is he really gonna be that much stronger than everyone else? And then he was. Still won the first try though. Legitimately, I grinded a little bit. Mm-hmm.
You
All right.
grinded for what? Oh, for Leon.
Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot. I didn't have to resort to like potions or poison, so it worked out.
Have you ever had a real life rival?
No.
No?
No. Why
You've
would
never
we-
had a rival for anything?
No.
Oh,
Not really.
I've had many rivals
Oh, okay.
in my different practices and things.
No, not really.
When
I
I
didn't
was-
really do that much.
When I was in varsity golf in high school,
varsity golf.
yeah, I joined like with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But really we were playing against each other because we were like the other people in the team were like really out of our league.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my friend, we could comparably like get close to each other's scores.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
and yeah,
Yeah, maybe in tennis. I had two close friends for that. And one of them, she played volleyball, but she wanted to try something different. And so she switched to tennis. But she was like the newbie rival, like the protagonist. I am like the friend with like a decent amount of experience. And our other friend had a little more, but we weren't like, we were the friendly rivals, I guess.
oh,
Like, we gave each other tips, but like there's a little bit of like
you did want
a hierarchy.
there's a hierarchy. Did you want to beat that person?
I mean, I want to beat everyone, but some of them I'm like, okay, that person started when they were 5. I'm not beating their ass, you know. But it was when we played against each other, I felt good sometimes when my friend, the ones higher above, like, oh, I did a really good shot against them. You feel good about that. But
Nice.
nah, I don't really have like competitive activities, so I don't have to worry about it. No, you
I
think
see.
someone would be mean
I mean,
to me?
I also had
Mm-hmm.
like video game rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes if I was like partying with my friends in like Call of Duty or something,
Uh-huh.
I would want to have the most kills in the
Damn.
game, or else I'd be like, ah, shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta have at least like one game where you're the top scorer in a session, or else it feels like
Oh,
like
everyone
ah
else is
fuck.
carrying for you.
Not
No,
even
that's how I
carrying,
feel.
not even carrying. Like you just want to be the one to show that you can
You
do
can
it
do
too.
it.
Yeah. So just like that, you get pushed to the challenge. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
let's see how many kills you can get in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
makes
see.
perfect sense.
Yeah, it does. Except I suck at games, so I'm happy if I do something
Yeah.
good.
Fighting games, Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting games are literally the anime of like playing video games in real life.
You're right. League. I mean,
Not fucking
they have
League.
anime openings. Come
Not
on.
League. They want to be.
Yeah, that's true. They want to be.
They want to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But nah.
Nah, a good rival's got to be a little tough on you, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my share of the video game rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
healthy.
haven't. Yeah, it's true. It's healthy. So I guess in the end, having a rival's always good. Doesn't mean it's good or bad unless they're really trying to like destroy the world.
Like Kaiba up there.
Kaiba's alright. I mean, he's not destroying the world. Although he will get in the way of you saving your grandfather, so there's
Mhm.
that.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. But protagonist luck, you'll never lose again in like serious moments. All right. Shall we pick next week's topic?
Anything else to wrap up?
Yeah, I guess. I don't have anything else to really say.
Rough. Okay.
Well, do you?
It's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Well, maybe we'll talk about it later in some other form.
Yeah, let me see. What are we looking for? Main topics.
Mm-hmm. So next Tuesday's topic. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, you pick this one, so I'm gonna pick a new one.
Mm-hmm.
So today was about anime rivals. So next time, let's talk about secondary characters.
Minor characters?
Huh?
Minor characters or secondary. So like is Joey Wheeler a secondary character?
Yeah, exactly. Like side characters that we like.
Joey Wheeler, like Todoroki's technically one, right? Kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, he is.
He is. Okay.
My favorite secondary character in My Hero Academia is probably Tokoyami.
He gets such minor moments, but
He
they're
has-
always so good.
Yeah.
In a way of like he's kind of got that self-assurance even though he's so like emo. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Yeah.
No.
No,
But yeah,
thanks.
it does make sense.
Uh-huh. Like it's always like darkness, But yeah, we can't help but love him for that. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I like him because he's not the strongest, but he. What can I say?
He's got like a good grasp of himself as a character.
Yeah,
He knows where he's like places at. He knows he can do things when it comes to it.
yeah. He doesn't place himself any greater or lesser than he actually is.
Mm-hmm. He's a pretty solid guy. We just don't see him a lot.
Yeah. Also, he joins Deku in the sports tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like, oh yeah, you're cool
That's true.
because
He's still a good guy.
you rose up to the challenge. Like,
Yeah.
you owed this guy nothing,
Uh-huh.
and he was just like, screw it. I'm gonna team up with the guy that will probably
Everyone
be
else
destroyed.
Yeah. It worked out. All right, I don't know. My favorite secondary character? In what series? I guess in Haikyuu, I would say. What?
Nothing.
Because I'm watching Haikyuu now. Tsukishima is my favorite secondary character. Also someone who kind of knows where they're placed at, but has to struggle with like that reality, I think.
Is he like the big guy?
He's a tall guy,
I
yeah.
knew it.
But I like him because he's a character that is like the main reader, of like, this is just a club. Like, why are you guys so ham about this? You know, I like that. He brings that like reality to it.
I see.
But then how he learns to have fun and enjoy it, you know,
Mhm.
versus like, I'm just here. Why am I here? You know?
Why we front? It's Brock from Pokemon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Drying pan.
Yes.
And he's a cook.
Mm-hmm.
And a breeder.
All right. Brock has a good resume. Come on.
He's got a sick
He's
resume.
hired. That's why he's there.
Yeah. He worked for a laboratory professor.
Yeah. He's a gym leader.
Yeah, he was a gym leader for a while.
I mean, he can basically be one anytime.
He's basically
right?
a chef.
Yeah. He's your outdoor traveler guide.
Yeah, he can basically talk to Pokemon.
I guess. Pokemon Whisperer.
He's a Pokemon whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
See you later.
See ya.
All right, yeah, I guess we could wrap it up.
All right. So,
Okay, don't forget to follow our social media.
in our link tree, let us know if you agree that, you know, a good rival is someone who challenges you in a mean way.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more opinions
Mm-hmm.
on this idea that rivals should be mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's different kinds of rivals, different kind of stories, so everyone's got a different way.
No,
Maybe.
that's too convenient.
All right, fine,
That's too
fine.
convenient. Everybody's different and special in their own way. It's like, nah.
Nah, I guess.
There's good and bad rivals. I'm gonna keep it
I think
black and white, hard
there's
boiled.
two kinds of rivals, and I'll keep it at that one. I like how a rival with a good character. Doesn't mean they have to be good at fighting. That's like for the antagonist, you know? I want to beat the antagonist, but my rival doesn't mean like I'm always the underdog.
But then how do you grow?
I mean, I'm still battling them.
The big bad immediately?
No, my rival and stuff like that. I can grow in other ways.
You're still battling them.
I mean, we still battle like Hop every time, so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright,
but he doesn't try to make you any stronger.
Oh no, we're starting this again.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, peace. Make sure you watch our next episode on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. October something. We'll let you know on our social media.
Yeah, our social media. Check it out. Twitter. We got the Facebook. We got the Instagram. We got the Discord. We got the Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the Twitch. Follow us on Twitch. It's probably the best way to find us.
Yeah, again, check out our notifications. All right, peace out.
All right, peace.